Welcome to Grand Reload, and here we have Nvidia at GTC. They've came out and announced their Blackwell platform. Now, this is really only the AI side of it, or their, well, basically the AI side. That's what they're calling. That's what they're pushing, right? AI's got a lot of money being thrown at it, so they're going to push it there. But this is a very big chip. They are talking up how it is more energy efficient. It is able to do all these amazing performance things with LLM models and stuff, reducing the time it takes, improving performance, which we should all expect, um, because I hope a new product is better. But Nvidia is making headway here, right? As expected, and it seems like, with their trajectory of where they're at, they're making everybody else catch up with them. And it'll be interesting to see because it is a massive chip. I don't know if you've seen Jensen hold up this chip at all, but it is a massive chip that he has up there with the HBM, of course, because there's, I believe, if I remember what I read correctly was 192 gigs of HBM memory, and so it all there is huge potential here, and what Nvidia wants is to be able to push this out into the hands of these AI, um, or for these AI workloads that everyone's running, including Microsoft, Amazon, Google, anyone that runs an AI, they want to be and have their chips in it. It's kind of like what they did with CUDA, trying to get their chips in, charge the most that they can for it, and get in their hands, and just be the dominant player, and also have the most performance out of that, so that they can have the market. And Nvidia seems to be succeeding here. Now, with this, right, the next logical step for everybody is, okay, so when are we going to see the graphics side chips for end users, for people that might not be able to afford it, depending upon what they do with it, but for that 5090, that RTX, getting that new graphics card, I have no idea. I'm not going to even speculate on that, but what Nvidia has done here is it's 208 billion transistors. It's on 4NP by TSMC there, and so they're up to the die interconnect is up to 10 terabytes a second. They said it with the chip link inside of a single unified GPU, and it kind of actually looks like the die from some of the die shots I've seen, or diagrams I should say, is that they were actually going to have this like a dual GPU type thing in there. It's really kind of interesting, the architecture side of it, because you have AMD doing MCM stuff with their multi-chip modules, where where they're going with that, and they've had a couple, it seems like, stumbling blocks with RDNA 4, if the rumors are true, where their high-end stuff has kind of been canceled. So where does this put AMD in this? How soon do you think Nvidia is going to come out with their next gen AI processor? I have a feeling that Nvidia is going to try to push this. They don't know where AMD is going and how fast AMD is going to get there, or anybody else. I have a feeling that as much as AMD is competition to Nvidia in this AI and graphics sector, I think Nvidia is actually a little bit more concerned about some of these startups and some of these other chip manufacturer designers, I should say, on getting out a product here that might hurt them in a negative manner. And by negative, I mean their money that is being flown into their pockets. And so they probably want to pull and get the next product out whenever that design cycle's ended, as soon as possible, so that they can still squash everything else. Now, AMD has to catch up. They have to put that effort in. And, anything can happen, right? There can be delays, there can be a problem, there can be a whole sorts of things that change a market quite quickly. But this is kind of interesting, and as somebody that does write software and has been interested in this stuff, AI is a very interesting product to me. I'm waiting to see on where it's kind of going in a lot of different areas. And, I hope that this is able to assist us in a way of getting us, better, let's say games, but, better software, better, computing resources, better utilization, right? Help us be more efficient in our even day-to-day jobs, but even in a game, if you're able to take that game and, granted, probably it's not going to be right on this chip unless they decide to throw it into like a 5090 Ti Plus or something crazy, right? I can only imagine how much they would charge for a chip like this in a consumer GPU because they're getting paid a lot of money to throw them at all these data centers. So, um, but if you were able to do something like that and start generating, where you could design something and then take conversations and everything else inside games, have photorealism, real life realism, right? That sort of thing. I think people that play those would enjoy it. Now, are we going to get like a huge jump uh, up in these GPUs for the 5090? Is that what it's going to be? Is it going to be, could it be 100% more performance? I don't think so, but we'll see, right? Those are the things that, are exciting to see of what may come. And when you see this, as you're like, yeah, it's a data center, it's, you know, everything else. Can this actually happen and be put into the next step is getting it into, or getting, one of the other designs that have been trimmed down or whatever else into an actual desktop application. Does this actually go down that route and lead us to anything? I still have with how big this is, I don't know how much is going to be translated to an actual desktop GPU, but the technology that's in it is interesting as the nodes shrink and as you're able to put more density in. Does that technology trickle down into a GPU that we can have? So maybe the 6090, 7090, stuff like that. And that's where you kind of see where Nvidia's plotting its progress along the line. So, I'm excited to see kind of what this is, and or how this performs in the market, how people or how companies are going to be utilizing this for AI. And then, I'm going to be sitting here waiting for the 5090 as well. I could go into, you know, rumors of stuff that I've heard, but then again, it's just rumors. I don't think that that's going to be, uh, you can go to the rumor sites and find that out. I just find the rumors interesting and I follow them for that. I don't take them as gospel. I don't take them as they're concrete, right? They are rumors. So you do have to keep that in mind. But overall, I've been impressed with how NVIDIA has been trying to push this AI and getting these chips out. It will be interesting as NVIDIA goes forward how they're going to push this, right? They have some lofty goals with what they want to see in AI. And I do have concerns that by pushing AI so much, is that going to leave um, the graphics workload for graphics desktops at a disadvantage? And it could, but does the AI chip or the AI side of it take over and help compensate that performance that may not be there because you are doing AI and that calculation on there, right? How much of the AI calculation and the GPU side of calculations and the ray tracing calculations overlap on the same hardware, and that you can, have higher utilization because of that. So there's a lot of interesting stuff here, but let me know what your thoughts are on the next gen Blackwell GPUs here. This big 192 gigabyte of HBM3, as well as 208 billion transistors, right? There was 208 billion transistors, I believe. At least I hope I'm right there. But they are. It is pretty crazy what I think these chips, as they get bigger and more complex, what they're going to be able to do. And so let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I do want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help Gray Overload and help this channel grow, I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, watch another one of my videos, as it really does help out the channel. Until next time, God bless.